Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Welcome back. I better show you something. Let's go over to the bench. So today we are looking at this rather handsome looking Ford Escort. It's 1/24 scale Italeri, box number 3655 or kit number, and it's an RS 1800 Mark II. Now this originally was a Revell boxing, a Revell kit, Revell plastic when it first came out, which was back in I want to say 70s, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking it's 70s. Anyway, it came out way back somewhere around that time under the Revell boxing, and is worth, I'm told, around £70 that kit was to buy. I don't know whether it still is, but that is the kit that's in here. So and this is a lot cheaper, and you can pick it up for around about £24. I got this from Hobbycraft. My partner bought this for me. Thank you very much, Angela. I love it. It was 31 or 32 quid, but we got a 20% discount on it, and I think in the end I ended up paying 24 for it, so I was more than happy. And I love it. The box art on it is fantastic. I remember the car so well. I used to have a boss at work that drove one of these. It was red, and they were 10 a penny back in their day. They were like they're just iconic. They'll go down in history, and this is a beautiful car. Not by kids today, but if you see one of these all tuned out and everything, they are fantastic. Anyway, I'm getting away with myself. Show you a little bit around the box. There's the British gas van that's just recently come out. I quite like the idea of doing that. And then we've got the Lancia Stratos there, which I quite like the look of as well. Around the box, just some other gumph. A little bit about the Ford Escort there. You just pause it on there and read it. I'm not gonna. And then we move on, and it's going to be 16.5 centimeters built, and that's about it. So let us crack on. Open the box, and let's just go with the flow, and we'll start. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour it all in this lid, and then I can put it back in the box. So, as always, let us start with the destructions. So, small little book from Italeri, where it's a trifold or whatever you want to call them. Got a map sprue there. We've got decal placements there, and then you straight in number one. You put in the engine together. It's just a very basic box shape engine. You're going to have manifold on the side, the fan belt and that on the front. Door cards going in, seats. I don't know what type of seats they are. They look like Ricardo type seats. I don't know. I'm not a big. I don't know to the level of the names and everything. Then we've got steering column and other paraphernalia going in there for the racing world. Then we come over to number 3. Engines going into its engine bay. It looks like the bottom half of the suspension, radiator, frame going around the driver with fire extinguishers. It looks like the fire extinguisher there, pedals going in, battery I'm guessing, Oh, I don't know, that's at the back. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Dashboard going in, which you assembled up here, or back here. Yeah, you assembled that in number 2 step, you put it together in number 4. Number 5, other bits and bobs to do with the suspension going in. Rear axle stroke drive shaft, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, drive shaft again, I think that's going in there. That's number 5 and 6. 7 and 8 wheels going on, looks like they screw on. And then we've got some separate corner retainers, so they come out. Not quite sure, they're lights, night lights going on there by the looks of it. And excellent. 7, 8, 9 and 10, we've got the windshield glass going in. We also have the option for add in stirred plastic. Now, I don't know, are they referring to sprue goo? I don't know, we'll have to look at that a bit more when it comes. Then you've got the bonnet, so if you wanted to, I suppose you could leave the engine out and just seal that up. If you really wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to spend money on a kit that you can display the engine, and then because they give you these little triangular pieces here so that you can actually have the bonnet up. You think they would give you more for the engine there than what it appears they've got on the early stages. You think they'd have more detail, but maybe it's more detailed than it looks in the instructions. That's number 11, and I believe then you've got number 11 is, yeah, that's it, and then you've got your painting and decorating, your pretty little pictures and that. There we go. So that's the destruction manual. Quick look at the decals. They are really nice decals, nice and colourful. There's not a lot of them, but they seem okay. Maybe a little bit too thick. They're running your thumb across the seat belts there. It feels a little bit like a rumble strip, but not too bad. Not too bad. We got, where are we? We have only one little Ford logo at number 2. So let's bring you up close to have a look. Number 2, that's it. That's your one Ford logo. Surprising, considered it was it got made with assistance from Ford. I think some on the box it says Ford Fourth Authenticated or some jazz like that. There's your seat belts, which have Willans written on. Everything seems to be in register. I think you've got a little nick there that you've got to put in the decal. Just cut that tiny V shape out, and that will help that settle around wherever it's got to go. And there we go. We've got some nice Rally Monte Carlo there. And we've got some old English number plates at the bottom. So, you know, very nice colouring. Whether I decide to try and do that with paint, I'm not sure yet. I may just try and mask it and paint them off. There's no other lines involved, just that. So if I could do that zigzag, that might work out better for me. But I will have a think about it, because with today's decal setting solutions, you can achieve very good results without having to resort to painting. So we've got the shell now, fairly plain really. nice and smooth. No seam, a little bit of burring on some of the edges, so it just need a little deburr here and there. I can't see any seam lines. I'll have to have a closer look, but there doesn't appear to be any seam lines. Ah, that's because they're underneath. An odd place and all. So, and we've got a bit of dirt on there. I don't know how that's got there. So I'll just show you inside. We'll zoom in a little bit. Bring the light over. So we've got this little bit of dirt. So I don't know where that's come from. And there's sort of seam line at the front there. Just obviously some areas that will need, there's obviously been some sort of sprue Y shape in there at the front that needs taking care of. That's no big deal, and generally it's okay. Nice shape to it. Zoom back out. Handles are moulded in, so you don't have to worry about gluing them on and them keep falling off. There we go, lovely shape. That's all I can say about that, really. There we go, so that's that. Then we come on to the bonnet, and or hood as it's called in America, and there bits there as well. So you can see the brace through the plastic. Now I don't know whether that's normal or not. You can see that underneath it's braced. Now I'm guessing that's a feature of the real vehicle, that it's got that brace under there. Whether that's just the rally vehicle, which I think it would be, but I don't know, should it be showing up through there or not? Do I need to sand all that out? I really don't know. I'll have to ask somebody more knowledgeable than me. And there we go, we got a rear or front bumper skirt there, and then we've got what appears to be some sort of aerial of sorts, and then these little fellas here, these are what keep your bonnet open. So if you want your bonnet open at 45 degrees, then you put these in, and this rests up against them in the open position. Leave them out and you have your bonnet will be completely closed. So that's what you do with that. Excellent. Now then, let's have a quick look at the tyres. Now the tyres have got this sort of mottled, grainy finish to them. You can see it there on the video. There's no centre seam. I've been through all four of these already. There is some damage to one wheel. That's this one. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet, but there's one damaged tyre. And on the side of the tyres, I like this, is one side says Goodyear. Let me bring it into... Is that the Goodyear side? And the other side says Dunlop. So be careful when you're putting them on, because obviously you want the side facing outlet, and then I don't know how I'll go about writing that in. Now then, why have I already looked at the kit? Well, I did the review earlier on, and there were a lot of interruptions. The dog kept barking, and I had to... The video just wasn't suitable at the end, so I've had to come back and do it again quickly. I didn't think it had got much pace to it. I was very tired, and it was almost like I was drugged, so I've come back, I'm redoing it so it's a lot better for you now. So here we've got the bottom half of the shell, the tub. We've got your suspension, top of your suspension arms there at the front, and not much in the way of detail there. There's a little bit at the back on the parcel shelf where you'd have your vents, and then if you just flip it over, we've got a bit of detail on the bottom for, you know, your floor pans and that, which would normally be there. That's good enough. Then coming through, we've got the seats. Again, I'm not quite sure what brand or make they are, but there they are. And then going on, we've got the steering wheel there, which I'm guessing isn't a Ford steering wheel. And then we've got the steering column there with your indicator stalks, other bits and pieces. Looks like a little radiator going round about, where are we? There, that's it. Then we've got parts of the cage that goes around the driver, the roll cage. And then here we've got the dashboard. We'll come up for a closer look on the dashboard. Reasonable level of detail on the dashboard. Come on, focus in. There we go. Obviously there'll be a decal going there. Then we got our door cards with our handles and door handles. Nice level of detail on that. Window wipers and other bits and bobs. I'm not sure what that is. I think that might, no, I'm not sure. So, and there's, oh, I forgot the front. That'll be where your Ford badge goes. The front there. Your headlights, and then your Ford badge is going to sit in the middle. That's my guess anyway. So that's that one. And then we've got, this is the last one actually. So not a ton of plastic, but so we've got the wheels, and that is the front side. So you can see the wheels. Are they seat buckles? They look like buckles of some sort, like seatbelt buckles. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, or are they like buckles for bonnets or something? I don't know. Anyway, your engine stuff is pretty much on here. So that's your engine stroke gearbox, and it's I'm gonna have to come out because it's a two-part piece. There it is. See how big we can get it to go in. There we go. So that's one side, and then that's the other. Are we going to go in? And then the top, rear bit, foot pedals, brakes and discs and pads, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Then we've got our night lights, which are normally clustered around the front. Other suspension parts, drive, suspension arms there. Manifold, got the manifold over here. or one side of it anyway. And that's, oh, we got the big exhaust at the front end here, long exhaust. You can see that tag, it's quite long there. That exhaust is about 5 centimeters long. So there we go. Like I say, not a massive amount of plastic. There's something missing. You know, it's a good job I actually redone the review, because I've just realised I never done the crystal parts in the last one. So not only was it a bit slow, I also didn't review one of the crucial components. Because I've put them to one side so they didn't get damaged. There we go. So we've got our lens covers, which are detailed. Let's just flip it over and see if we can see the detailing better from this side. I don't know if that's showing up very well or not, but there is some lines on there that you've got on them old type cars, the sort of yeah, you can see it better that side. I think this side, there it is. Anyway, the glass is reasonable. You can see lines through it clearly. There's not much in the way of distortion. There is a bit more distortion on the sides, not as much on the front and back windows. So let me see if we can, it's, you know, it's perfectly serviceable. I will polish them with Tamiya polish, and I should try and get them to just be a little bit less distortion. You can see the wibbly wobbly lines coming off the reflection there. I mean, it's great that they've got a decent reflection, don't get me wrong, but when you've seen a perfectly clear canopy or car piece, you'll know exactly what a huge difference it is. Yeah, it looks good. It's not bad, but I'm just saying it's not as good as it could be. So there we go. That is the Focus, not Ford Focus, what am I going on about? The Ford Escort. Let me just get it out. RS 1800 Mark II. I hope you've enjoyed the video build. It's a lot better this time. Don't forget, I have a live show every Wednesday on YouTube at 8:30 PM. So if you want to come along, you feel free to come along and watch. I've just finished building a Spitfire. This week we will be doing some light weathering to the Spitfire, and then the Spitfire build is finished, and we'll be moving on to something else. Probably going to stick with the original plan for the moment anyway, which is to do some figure work on some, I think it's Eternal Storm Monsters, Eternal Storm Guard or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful car. Let me just zoom out so we can leave on that picture there. yes. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please come back. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.